We're still working on graphing sine and cosine, but there's one more item that I haven't shown you, and that's the translations. This will not affect your music graphs at all. You've learned everything you need for those. Okay? The reason I show you this, first of all, it goes right with our parent functions learning. You should be able to drop it right in there. Okay? The horizontal and vertical translations are the same method as parent functions. So, accessing your prior learning, how did this shift the parent right to? And this was up 3, correct. Okay, the same thing's going to happen to sine and cosine. Okay. They're a little more challenging to graph, so they give you a method called window pane graphing. And then basically you draw your axes around this. You graph your sound wave first, and then you draw your axes. Yeah, it's very similar to what we're doing here. We're just moving up and down, left and right. Okay, so let's write one up here. See the similarities here? What are we doing with this? Left. Remember, it's the opposite. So we'd shift that left pi units. What if I said minus 2 here? We're still going down 2 here, so is there an amplitude change? No, there's not. It's still 1. Okay, so in this case, you want to identify all the possible movements and shifts, right? So amplitude is 1, right? Okay, what's the period? It's 2 pi over 1, because that value is 1 in front there, right? So 2 pi is the period slope. A vertical is minus 2, and a horizontal is negative pi, correct? Okay. Right. Correct. Correct. I say right, which is kind of a contradiction. When it's with the variable grouped inside, remember that's we're an opposite land there. So let's say it is. Oh, hold on. I'm doing something. Right. Is there a way to delete that? Window pane graphing. of you might say window pane as in PAIN because it's math. Stand-up comedian. Okay. Normally, the first thing that you want to put on here is your vertical translation. So that's number one. That goes right here. Let me write it in red. That's this. This is usually 0, 0, correct? Okay. But we're subtracting 2 vertically. Right? So our y value is down 2 units. Yeah? Yeah. Okay, so that's where the vertical translation affects things. We don't have an x value yet for a reason. Then we want to place our horizontals. So we are usually right here is 0, 0, correct? Now we're going left pi units. So negative pi is our x value. So that means this, negative pi something, and this is also a negative pi something. So your x values are all negative pi's. Horizontal translation. Doesn't matter which one you do next. We'll do the amplitude. The amplitude gives us these y values.
Wait, that's negative pi up top too?
It's an x value, so it's shifting this whole thing left or right, correct? Okay. It's in parentheses. These are all points. It's just a corner. Okay. If the amplitude's 1, what is this value here going to be? Negative 1 and negative 3, right? So here's the center line of your function. You're going up 1 and down 1, amplitude. Right? Okay. And then our period.
Wait, is that a
Yes. It is. The period is 2 pi. This is 1 period, 1 cycle. What is this point going to be? The x value starts at negative pi plus 2 pi, 1 pi. So that is negative pi plus 2 pi. Right? Negative 1 plus 2. It's positive 1. Right? What's my y value? Negative 3 still. We have not moved up or down. This is negative pi plus 2 pi. It just tells you what to add. So it's horizontal plus period. Yes. We have everything we need. And I'm going to put my center line on here too because it'll help us on this one. This would be 0, negative 3, right? 0, negative 1. Here's the nice thing, your curve is the same every time. That's the sine curve. Right? Okay. Where do my axes need to be placed now? Put these in. No. Okay. Where's my y-axis? Say when. Right there. Yeah, because this is 0. So my y-axis goes here. So this is our 5th place axis. So my x value is 0. That means that's where my y-axis is. Okay, where's my x-axis going to be? What? Yeah, this is negative 1, so we need to come up 1, right?
Wait, so what's the thing with the window?
See, 0, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3.
Yeah, but why don't we draw the window?
We draw the window pane so that we can graph this, and we place our axes on it.
Oh.
It's a lot easier, just trust me, as somebody who learned it a different way, it's a lot easier to draw everything first, then place your axes. Okay. If you follow these steps, it'll work. It's much, much more difficult to draw your axes and try to place everything. Okay. There you go. If you are a perfectionist, you can erase your window pane. But now it's graphed, right? You're good. So we have translated it down 2 units. We have a period, we have an amplitude. We have also translated it left. Correct. Any questions? Yes. Yeah, based on these points. It's a lot easier than putting the axes and trying to place everything else. Just wait. Let's do. I know you're bored. You don't have to tell me. Yeah, nobody said it. It's really obvious. Yeah, we're going to window pane. What? Remember what the shape, if we were to draw a cosine? Right, there's your parent function, yeah? So you know the shape when you draw your window pane. Same every time on your window. Okay. So that's cosine. And we just identify all of our items and place things accordingly. So I'll let you catch up. same thing. Very same. So, what's the amplitude? 4. Okay. What color did I do other stuff? Period. It's 2 pi over, what's the number in front here? 1/2. It's 1/2. Yep. 4 pi. Vertical. Oop, change colors. -1. And a horizontal. Why do I get in such a hurry? I'm so glad that's not true. I'm always in a hurry. My wife tells me to slow down. Could be an hour early. Okay, let's go. Any other factors we need to account for here? No. I think we did. So, number 1 is vertical, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, he is right. What's next? Yeah, we did horizontal next. Okay. You say, what do you want?
Oh, we're doing this as the parent graph. It's minus 1, 0. And then the next one on the bottom would be
No, the center is -1. This is the x-axis, or the y-x-axis. We're shifting it down 1. So we are still on -1 here. We'll get to the other one. So the horizontal is -pi, right? We can do our amplitude. Is that green not very good for you?
No.
Okay, this is you're
what is that number right now?
-pi, -5. Bottom left corner.
How did you get -5?
-1 minus 4. We're amplitude.
Oh, so now you have to.
-1 plus 4, right? Plus 4 and minus 4 for amplitude. That was our third step. So you're with me there?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, and now we have our period. What's this point going to be? Not pi. 4 pi plus, so it's 3 pi's. That is -pi plus horizontal plus period.
So that's how you visualize that first or not amplitude. That just looks like an X.
What does that mean that this is? Pi we still have our amplitudes here of -5. Straight across. Place our axes now. Do we have all the info we need? Where's the y-axis? Here? This is not 0.
Oh, it's over there.
Here?
Right there.
Here?
No, right there.
Right. Yeah, you got it. I'm just messing with you. This is where
That's what I was gonna say.
right? X is the 0. Here's -pi. Here's pi. We're going to be right in the middle of it.
So what do you think the middle of the?
I'm still confused. That's the y-axis.
This is the y-axis.
So,
Here's -pi. Here's +pi.
Right.
yeah.
0 is right in the middle of it.
Oh.
Right? This is x equals 0.
So how do we get pi in the first place then on that part?
It's right in the middle of the period.
Oh.
Right? So the middle of pi, -pi and 3pi.
What about y?
The x would be.
Now where is x 0?
Should be in the middle of that in the negative line.
Somewhere in here?
Yeah.
Wait, no, because those are all negative y.
Oh, yeah.
-1. No, we're y values now. Whereas y 0?
So it's like
-1, 0, 1, 2, 3, right? So, again, not perfect. This is where y equals 0. But your graph. Now a little more screwy than you're used to with the parent function, right? Yes. This is the x-axis. So y equals 0.
You don't.
-pi plus 4pi. That was from, you write it better. So just follow the procedure.
That's really easy.
Okay? When you get to a point where you might need to test on it, you can put it on your blue sheet. Just follow the rule. Just follow 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? James.
So you don't graph it on the place axis though? At all? You
I
just
don't,
leave it?
not anymore. It's harder.
Okay.
You can. I mean, really, you can. But when I tried to graph this from your age until about 3 years ago with the axes first, I would draw it, and then I would shrink it, draw it again, shrunk, and then I would erase the first one, and then I would move it, draw it again, erase the next one. It was a mess. Okay, so there you go. Be careful. I just want to give you one warning here. Sometimes I will. Yeah, I will.
Are you giving it all the same problem?
Should be. Sometimes you're going to see this. Okay? Right, exactly. This is different than what I wrote down already, correct?
Yeah.
You just need to simplify it. Yeah, distribute. So this is sine 2 theta plus 2 pi. Okay? Always get it in this form. It's a lot easier to deal with. Okay? Your
No homework.
there's a Google Classroom paper attached to today's date. 1 through 4. It's a worksheet and it has window pane graphing in it. So it's written out for you in that sheet. There's some practice problems. Okay? And then here's your this is, I think, a music problem, 46. Yes.
That is a music problem.
So if you see a start pattern, it's directly correlated with the project. All right, so you got a worksheet, 1 through 4 on it, and then 6.5. All right. Again, you still, I guess it's Wednesday, isn't it? You got it. Tomorrow, so this is not due until Friday.
Tuesday.
Okay. Tomorrow we will start NWEA testing, so bring your Chromebooks. Friday we'll probably finish that. Grade our homework.
You need to log.
We're almost there on this one.